If you're new here, hi, my name's Eowyn, and around 6 months ago I quit my job to travel the world. So far, I've been documenting my experiences solo traveling around Southeast Asia, with Singapore as my final stop before I head to Europe. I had never been to Singapore before, but I figured as a well thought out nation, it would be easy enough to get around by myself, particularly after being in places like Vietnam and Laos. I hope you enjoy joining me on this trip as I explore and eat my way around the nation and subscribe to see my future adventures. Obviously, when I arrived late in the evening, my first stop was Lau Pa Sat, one of Singapore's mini hawker centres and one of its most well known. It was damn challenging to choose what to eat, but eventually I settled on some Michelin bib mee soto. This was incredible, with flavourful broth and absolutely delicious flavours. The next morning, I headed to the famous Hainanese chicken rice at the Maxwell food centre. I only had to queue around 30 minutes for this, but I've heard that the queues can end up hours long. They also only take cash, so make sure you have it on you so you don't wait 2 hours and then find out that you can't even order. Now, honestly, I have to say that I didn't think it was that amazing. It's definitely the best chicken and rice I've ever had, but it's not something I'd really go back for. Wait. It's nice, but it's not great. However, that may just be me, and it is popular with millions of other people, so I do still think it's a place that you should check out. Just over the road from Maxwell is the National Museum, which explains Singapore's history, including many aspects of its recent accelerated development as a global centre for innovation. On the ground floor, there's a temporary exhibition which breaks down the architecture and building design of some of the most famous firms in Singapore. The long-term installation includes a model of the entire city, or country, because technically it's both, as well as a breakdown of many of the different systems and processes that they use when figuring out how to make use of such a limited space. I really loved how proud and aware of their history Singaporeans are, and I would definitely recommend checking this place out. Walking around a city is my favourite way to see things, discover hidden gems, and simply explore a little bit more than the main tourist destinations.
So right now I'm on Quay, and today I'm heading towards Orchard Road, plus a few malls and shops and parks along the way. And so far, Singapore has just been gorgeous. It's so well thought out, so well designed, so lovely to walk around, and we're just gonna keep walking.
I made my way along Quay towards Clarke. There were lots of gorgeous buildings around this area, which makes sense as Singapore preserves a lot of its historical buildings. Eventually, I made it to my destination, the famous strip of Orchard Road, complete with a variety of luxury stores and humongous malls. I then returned via Fort Canning Park, which was beautifully lush due to the downpour that had occurred while I was in the malls. This little pocket of greenery, pocket of peace in the centre of the city was absolutely magical.
I don't even know how it's possible that Singapore has found this perfect balance between parks and buildings, because yes, there's a lot of buildings, but there's also so many green spaces. It's perfectly everything. Yeah.
I then went back to Lau Pa Sat for dinner and got some wonton noodles and an amazing cheese tart that I could have eaten at least a dozen more of.
Today I'm going to check out Chinatown. I've kind of walked around it a bit, I think, around the outside, but I'm going to go through the main road and maybe find something to eat. And then this afternoon I'm probably going to go to Gardens by the Bay, which I'm very excited for as well. So it's going to be a good day and the weather's nice. It's not going to rain this time, hopefully.
Maxwell Food Centre is right on the cusp of Chinatown, so I went back and got an orange juice and some Chinese delicacies, crispy pork duck noodles and braised chicken feet with mushrooms.
The lady gave me a really weird look when I ordered the chicken feet, so I'm hoping it tastes good, but I haven't tried it before.
The meat was phenomenal, to say the least.
Actually reasonable, but the mushrooms go hard. I want to try it.
In the afternoon, I went to Snap Cafe and got a coffee, which, even though the space was nice, wasn't that great. From here, I headed around to some of Singapore's most iconic attractions, Marina Bay Sands and Gardens by the Bay.
I just found a park to sit and I went back to the same bakery. I got the cheese tart from the other day, got an egg one, so I'm going to try that. I'm really excited and I have a lovely view of Marina Bay from here. Whoa, amazing, so good.
Under Marina Bay Sands, there's a gigantic shopping mall which was incredible to explore, and honestly, I think I preferred to Orchard Road. Nearby is the Helix Bridge, a cool bridge with unnecessarily complex architecture. The bridge offers incredible views over the harbour and allows you to walk across to the eastern end of Gardens by the Bay. Even though it's known for its light shows and Supertree Grove, this place is expansive, with a variety of areas to explore, some paid and some free. I decided to visit Cloud Forest and brought the dual ticket to visit the Flower Dome as well, which cost $32. The Cloud Forest is an incredible dome with a variety of gorgeous flowers, incredible sculptures, waterfalls, and is essentially a beautiful diverse ecosystem encapsulated in a little globe. I then made my way over to the Flower Dome, which wasn't quite as exciting to me personally. It features a variety of different ecosystems from different countries, each section as a different garden, such as California, South Africa, and Australia. There were so many incredible plants I had never seen before, such as certain kinds of cacti or baobabs. Obviously, both of these places are great to take photos and have a look around to see the diversity that exists in our world, so I would say it is worth the price for entry. From here, I wandered through the outside areas, of which there are many, mainly related to different countries or classic styles of gardens. My favourite was actually the giant green field though, because it was wide and spacious and you could just kind of sit there and look at grass. However, the floating baby was a bit odd. The The sun was starting to disappear around this time, so I headed towards the famous Supertree Grove where the light show starts at 8 PM, additionally at 9 PM as well and 10 PM on the weekends. These trees are actually somehow even larger in real life, and I managed to secure a pretty good spot to watch the show. Each performance has a different theme, and this one was opera, which I thoroughly enjoyed. Singapore at night looks completely different to during the day, and I loved walking back through the city. I went back to Lau Pa Sat and got curry and naan for dinner, which was fantastic, mainly because I was starving. The next morning, I quickly stopped in at Starbucks before I caught the metro up to the Botanical Gardens. You can just use your bank card on the metro, which was great, and the system's really simple. I arrived at the gardens with some goodies, which I thoroughly enjoyed eating in the spacious fields. These gardens are huge, but over the course of the day I managed to make my way to most of the different areas. I was continually surprised along the way by the beautiful pavilions, animals, and flora that were around. The next day, I headed through to Little India where I picked up a mango lassi. Indians are the third largest ethnic group in Singapore, so it was cool to see their self-expression amidst Singapore's high-rises. I then got an Appam, which was very much unlike anything I'd ever eaten before, and I still don't know if I liked it or not. I then caught the metro back to Shanghai Airport for my late night, i.e. 1:15 AM in the morning, flight to Athens. I checked out the Jewel, watched Dune Part 2, and then fell asleep for virtually the entire 12-hour flight. As my last stop in Asia, Singapore was incredible and also a slight stepping stone towards Europe after being in some of the more rural areas of Asia. In next week's vlog, I'll be exploring the city of Athens for the first time, so I hope you'll tune in for that one. Thank you for watching and have a great day wherever you are. Doodles!